Hey, welcome back to my
Hey.
Unsolicited Opinion podcast.
Yes.
So glad to have you today. Oh,
Woo.
the internet streets been buzzing. How y'all doing?
Woo, child.
Yes,
I'm
we are
good.
back.
I'm good. Today has been a hectic day. Had like a little slight emergency right before we went on here, but everything is all good now. So it's been all right for me.
Okay, all right, all
Yes, I'm
right.
excited. Excited to be back. We took a day off.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah, we
are
did.
back. We are back this week,
Yeah.
guys. It's so excited.
A little bit of self care. A little bit of self care.
Oh my gosh. Y'all, I've been all on the shade room like I always am. That's like my
Mm-hmm.
other part-time job that don't pay me being in people business. But y'all, on Saturday, was it Saturday? One day earlier this week, in after the whole Ja Morant thing, did y'all see that? Where they were, you know who Ja Morant is, the basketball player? No.
I think I seen something about it, but I don't know if I like zeroed in on what was going on,
Well,
girl. I
between
be telling my
him
business.
brandishing a gun on Instagram Live, like he's
What?
not in the NBA, it's been like a running
Oh, that's right.
joke.
And it's just okay. I remember.
Yeah, it's been like a running joke about did he the first dude to try to get out the NBA, try to make it out the NBA. So
Right.
between that, Deion Sanders still making his rounds, but that was all on the internet. But the thing that got me, baby. Did
What's
y'all see
up?
the seven kids, the man with the seven kids and the seven baby mamas?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He is
I saw him.
interesting. He is interesting.
I
It
saw
was
him.
so interesting. Y'all, we gonna talk about it today. Like everybody, come on in, come on, hit the like button as you coming in.
Right.
We are going to talk about the one man that finally is telling his truth, and the
Yes.
internet is on fire. They mad, y'all.
They are very
They
upset about this.
mad. They are so upset.
Oh Lord.
So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk. The gentleman's name, or the name that he goes by is House of Hypocrite. I don't even know if he had a YouTube channel prior to yesterday, but I saw this clip on the Shade Room, and I don't know if we have it. Do we have it?
Yeah, we got it. I'm
You
trying
do?
to I'm trying to get
Okay.
it queued
So
up.
I'll give y'all the
Yeah.
background, kind of catch y'all up a little bit. But it's a guy, he made a post and it got to the Shade Room, and he is just making his rounds on YouTube now. And so basically, he pulled out the phone and he made his recording and was like, "Look, I have 7 kids with 7 women, and I don't want none of them. And I wish these people would leave me alone." And they all in the comments, Twitter fingers on fire.
Smoking.
Oh my God, smoking. And it
Okay.
has been very interesting. And so Anton Daniels, if you don't subscribe to his channel, you could go peruse and see what he's talking about. But he did an interview with this guy yesterday, y'all. And I sat there. I should have popped some popcorn and got some wine, but I'm trying to abstain from the alcohol during Lent. But I might have to run it back because it was that good. He got up there, he said what he said, double, triple down on it. And Anton said, "You know what? Would you come back tomorrow so that, I could bring people up and the public can ask you questions?" He got up there today. It was great. It was must see TV. So if you haven't seen it, you gotta go see it, y'all. Did y'all? So what do we think about the man with the 7 kids with the 7 babies mamas?
You want to go first, Ty?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead,
Okay.
Lanella.
Actually, I know a couple of dudes like that. Don't judge me because I just know them. I haven't participated in them with them, nor do I have any children with them. But I know a lot of guys like that. They have a lot of children, and I mean, it's to an extent. It's like, can we blame them for what someone is allowing them to do because they haven't committed any types of crimes or anything, right? So it's like I'm kind of on the fence right now. we giving our opinions, but some of us might have some opinions that you might be surprised by. What you think, Ty?
I think so. I agree. I think there's gonna be some interesting revelations in this conversation. I see we got some ladies in the chat. Ladies, y'all gotta stick with us. We y'all gotta stick around because when these men come, we gotta speak up, speak out. So Ty, what you think?
Who child?
Uh-oh.
So I saw his original video, and we'll play it here. But I'll just give you my quick take real quick. I saw the original video, and yep, my face was turned up. It was a little screwed up in it. And then I saw the interview he did with Anton yesterday, and I only caught a few clips today. I think today is supposed to be like the smoke show for him or something like that, and people were coming up and asking him questions. But I did see the one that he did yesterday where he was just kind of like expounding on his truth. And I'm be honest, I wasn't pleased.
Okay.
I wasn't pleased, not one bit. I
Right.
thought it was very. I thought it was I thought it was disgusting. I just was not. I was not with it. Whether that's his truth or not, I just think there is some. We lost today. Some that I mean, he to me is a big L for everybody,
Well,
for the men, for the women, for the community. I think that's a big L. I don't know people like that, so I don't know any. I don't know a man that has that many kids by that many different mothers. I've heard of them, but I don't. I can't pinpoint and say this person that I know. Personally. So I don't know how rare or how I guess prevalent that is. But I guess we're gonna get into it. I mean, I've seen a couple of Iyanla episodes with the man with 30 something kids or something like that. But whew,
I
It's real.
forgot about that guy. I forgot
Yeah.
about that man. Yeah, I
yeah,
never know. Let me be. I ain't watch Iyanla like that. So, but I do vaguely remember that episode. Like I've seen it. It's kind of become a part of pop culture. I guess that. So I have seen that. Well, before we get too deep, because baby, I'm telling you, I got an unsolicited opinion for you. Um, who got in the chat? I
Let's
see we got
let's
some people that's joined us.
let's see who we got in here. We got My Sexy is Strong, one of our mastermind
hey
uh,
Terry,
member. She says, "Evening, ladies. Evening, my sex is strong. This is gonna be a good one." Celeste, welcome back, Celeste. She says, "Hello, hello, ladies." She gives us a wave and a purple heart.
hello.
But tonight is gonna be a good one. W is for Wumba. Wumbo. He says, "I just watched it. It's wild. Boy, it thinks things wow. It is wild.
It
It is
is.
wild." Ashley Leanne. Girl, I feel like we missed you in the last stream. Were you there?
I know. Was she there?
I don't think she was. I
Girl,
don't
we
know.
get
We're
to
glad to have you
talk.
back tonight, though. She says, "Hey, y'all. Hey, girl. My sex is strong." Got one more comment for us before we get back to the business. She says, "Exactly. This is a huge, disgusting loss for the community." All right, girlfriend. All right, Joe.
Definitely.
We back to you.
Definitely. All right, guys. So I got the clip. I'm gonna pull it up, and we'll watch it together. And then after that, we'll go deeper. All right. Can y'all see that? No, not yet. Not this man. Bow. There we go.
I got 7 kids
Can y'all
and
hear
seven
that?
baby mamas.
Yeah.
We good? Okay. So let me start it again. Let me pull up a little volume on it.
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied. Because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want. And I don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. You're not gonna force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with. Because you're gonna be like, one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this shit and be like, black man this, black man that, I don't give a fuck. I really don't.
All right.
Oh, all right. There it is. There you have it. There you
Okay.
have it. There you have it.
So, what? Okay. So, oh God, I just have so many things.
Go ahead, girl. What you got?
I mean, a
Tell us.
lot. Okay. So,
Go ahead.
I
Unpack it.
want to start with. I think this is fair. Let's start with what my sexy is strong said as kind of an umbrella to have everything. So she says that it's a loss for the community. Y'all, is it? Is this really that impactful to the community at large? And if so, this one man, if so, how?
I think it's just a bad look in general, but I told you I know people like this. So I mean, I don't know if I'm desensitized or what, but I mean, I don't feel like it's a reflection upon me. Just like baby mama culture is not a reflection upon me. It is like it looks bad, but I don't think it's like anything worse than whatever else is going on out there. So that was his truth. That's how he felt about it, and like you said, they both played a part in it, him and the woman. So the decision after that point was it was all on her. So I don't. That's how I feel about it.
So, is it impactful? I think if his video didn't go viral, it probably wouldn't have been. I think as it gains more steam and it gains more traction, and if it goes outside of the community, then it could be very impactful. Is it right now? Well, not necessarily to the broader community. Probably not. It's probably like, see, told you or whatever. But within this space and in this social media, in this type of space, people who consume this type of content, it's like impactful. I mean, you've seen it all day. We've seen it. It's viral, right? And it can create a big impact if it continues to get traction. Which for me, I would think like, we always, a lot of people gravitate to the controversy, right? And he was definitely bringing like controversy. And so, because he was bringing that type of controversy and speaking his truth, then a lot of people, are tuning into it so they can give their unsolicited opinions. And so, like I said, as it gains more traction and, compounding on other things, is he just a microcosm of the greater community? I don't know how prevalent it is for men to have that many children, that many kids, and then have that type of mentality when it comes to the kids that they create. So that's where I stand. What you think, Joy? You think it's impactful?
No, I don't. I think what happens is, and this is the biggest theme of anything that you'll hear me say on this channel, on my channel, in my real life, in public, in private. I always feel the same way no matter what. And on this particular thing, I think that people like to be lied to. I am convinced that people love to be lied to. This is nothing new. I think that there's a little bit of shock value because this person is stating something that you kind of don't really want to hear. It's like, oh, no man should say those type of things. Like, oh, well, he did. And it's not only he said it, but he's doing it. Does it make people feel better that they do it and then they don't say it? Does it make people feel better that, these men, and y'all on social media, they pop up once a year with their kids on social media for Father's Day? Like, it's a lot of guys. It's like, this is nothing new.
Girl,
I don't, it's nothing new. I'm not like, I don't feel anything by it because it's not anything new. I am convinced, like I said, I believe that people want to be lied to. There's no way around it. Like, I kind of live in my own bubble, and as a woman, we love to lie to ourselves all the time. But I think with this, I don't have any emotional investment. And so I just took it for what he said for face value. But that has been a lot of people, they're like, oh no, like this is a bad look for the community. And so as I watched him, he said, he was like, well, I never told y'all what race the women were. So what are you talking about? Right? So what difference does that make is my next question. So if this is a bad look for the community, I guess for a man to have multiple children, whether it's 3 and 3 different women, 5 different women, 11, it doesn't matter, it's still multiple, right? So what difference does it make in terms of the community if the women are the same race or a different race? Does that matter?
oh, I don't care what race the women are. He's a black man. So, I mean, he's of the community. I don't care if they were all, white, Hispanic. I don't care. It's the black man. And I understand what you're saying as far as like this happens every single day. My thing is how it's being, I guess, lifted up. I don't say lifted up, but this, like, the traction that's getting behind it, right? So it could be men's truth since the beginning of time, right? Y'all know my Bible skills ain't that good. I don't know how many kids Adam have. I know about,
We are
Cain and
all
Cain and Abel.
God's children.
You know what I'm saying? Father
Amen.
Abraham had many sons.
Preach.
Okay, I get it. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is how we're taking this I guess this message and how it's being regurgitated back out as if just like you said, right? This ain't gonna change anything. It's gonna happen. It's gonna continue to happen. And we're putting it out here, and it's that piece of it. Do I think people should do their dirt in the dark or whatever? That's on them. I don't care. I do my dirt by myself, but I'm just saying, like, it's the way that it's being regurgitated back out. He could have made this video in the wind, right? Oh, okay. But it's like, oh, people take it like, see, to prove whatever points that they want to make about, the community, about with the gender wars and about all of that. And that, to me, is it impactful? Depends on what you think an impact is, right? Definitely depends on what you think an impact is. But is that something that you want to see every time you scroll through YouTube? I mean, you got to change your algorithms, right? You got to look. I need to look up credit card stuff. I don't need to be looking at that kind of stuff. But like, if I go to social media, I mean, it's what I take in. But it's just like, do I want to see that? Is that something I want to hear? Am I lying to myself because I don't want to sit here and listen to that mess? Like, yes, we know there's a lot of people out here that don't take care of their kids, and they may have a whole bunch of them, but saying it out loud and then going on platforms and making your whole Hollywood round and then you making money. Like, is that what we want? Because it's gonna be. I mean, listen, what you think, NL? I don't.
Well, Joy kind of was making a point too. I kind of agree with her on some of it, but I don't think he necessarily lied. But I do believe that we do like a fairy tale. We like a fantasy. We are a little bit, in our own world at times as women. We are. That's the truth. But this guy, he was telling the truth, the raw, like uncut truth. Like he was sleeping with these women without force, of course, and telling them after I guess find out they were pregnant because he said he was not. If they asked him to use protection, he would. If they didn't say anything, he wouldn't. He was like that was on them. Find out they were pregnant. Even one of the ladies was married, which was crazy. Um, he found out they were pregnant. He tell them, I don't want no baby. He like take a plan B. You have options. That's on you. So it's a hard pill to swallow, but in that case, even though he is irresponsible to an extent, because he should like be protecting himself, because a baby is not the worst thing you could get out of being reckless out here in the streets the way he is. Right? He only has 7 kids. He could have 3,000 more.
He said he slept with
And
like 200
HIV.
women.
Huh?
He
Yeah.
said he slept with like 200 women. 10 of them was pregnant. 3 of them did whatever they needed to do, and those 7 said no.
It's so many other things like that like scared me hearing a statement like that besides pregnancy. Like so many other things. Now that right there, that kind of behavior, to me is very impactful to the community because you potentially, infecting, endangering so many other lives, 200 other people at least. So with that, as a caveat, okay, that's a problem. Now,
But he said he
just
got
grab
checked. Let me say this. He said he got checked at the beginning of February. He didn't say the
he gonna have
results,
to go every month
but
the
he
way
said
he
he got
rolling though.
checked. He ain't say the results, but he said he got checked. So
That
my
makes
assumption
that makes
is
me nervous because y'all know I'm like you just regular people with your body count 10 or whatever it is. You already know what you're working with there. 200. Okay.
yeah.
Luckily, he only had 7 babies out of this that we know of, because it ain't might not be just a baby situation. But that's how I feel. That's what I think about that. I think that is a little bit reckless, that part. But as he hasn't been forcing anybody though. It's just it's a really hard to hear things like that. But that was that was a fact. I mean, you can't get mad about that. I
So
mean,
in
everybody
his
still got
situation,
choices.
he says that none of the women ask him. And y'all, if you don't have the context, please let me know because I have been inundated. Like I can't get away from this. Like I'm that interested. But he mentioned that none of the women asked him to use a condom. And I wrote here in my notes, he says women should be more careful with who they give access to their body.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Is it really a 50-50 thing? Is it I'm responsible, you're responsible? Is it like let's kind
Well,
of unpack that a little bit.
but why wouldn't it be?
Why wouldn't it be a 50-50? I'm responsible,
Right.
you're
Why wouldn't
responsible?
you be responsible for? Why wouldn't I be responsible for who I sleep with, and the other person be responsible for who they sleep with? Why is that not a?
Well, in my opinion, when it comes to birth control, and we've talked about it on this platform, that men have condoms, women have 10, 15 other opportunities to prevent pregnancies from happening. We've also, or at least I know I've said on this platform, that there has to be a place for shame in our culture. And we don't have it. It's we're so far away from this is right, this is wrong. We've now entered this culture of it's my body. I can do what I want to. I can do who I'm sexually liberated. Okay, well, that's what you get.
That's what who gets though? The man, the him with the
You
does he get
can't
the second
be.
kid?
It can't be both ways. If you are going to lay down with somebody in an irresponsible manner, because he stated that these women were not in any type of relationship with him. He stated that that one woman that has apparently misled her current spouse to believe that this baby is his. He met her at a bar and they were intimate within 24 48 hours. That to me that's on her. That's not a 50-50
What's
thing.
on her though? I guess I'm questioning.
She's
The fact
the one
that she's having a
whole
baby.
marriage with a whole man. She's made a bunch of bad decisions. She can't be upset by the consequence of a series of bad decisions. You can't be. Go ahead.
I believe that's the one that wasn't even trying to contact him. Didn't he say
Yeah,
that?
but
The married one?
it's the same. It's
But
like
okay, but here's my question though. What is on her? The baby or the fact
all
that
of
she
it. The decision
the whole
making.
so
It's a
100%
series of
all
bad
of the
decisions.
decisions so all of the decisions
Yes,
are that.
it's a
Here's what I'll
series of
say.
bad decisions.
Here's what I'll say. All of the decisions that she made are on her.
Yes.
All of the decisions that he made is on him. No one forced him to have sex unprotected. And I know, as well as you know, and as well as Alan knows, that if I sleep with someone unprotected, there is a good chance, if I'm a healthy human being, there is a good, and I'm sleeping with the opposite sex, unprotected, there is a good chance that we could create a seed. So his decision to sleep with this woman unprotected is his decision and his decision, right? That's what he chose to do, right? She allowed it. She made a decision to say, yes, I will sleep with you unprotected. That's her decision. So every decision that she made is 100% on her. And every decision that he made is 100% on him. He also said, because Anton asked him, he said, well, did you tell these women you didn't want kids before? He said, who's talking about that? No, I ain't say that. No, I ain't talk about kids. And I ain't tell them that. That's fine. Whether you did or you didn't, you chose to sleep with this woman unprotected, and she chose to sleep with you unprotected. And guess what happens when you sleep with someone unprotected? A baby is had. Did you ask this woman if she was against whatever these 13 different birth control methods? Did you ask her? No, because you ain't talk about that, because you didn't even talk about kids, right? So you get what you got. Now
That what you got.
trying to find, you get what you got. Now she's pregnant. She got the baby. She's deciding to keep it based off of whatever she wants to decide that on. And guess what, my guy? If she finds you and takes you to court for child support or whatever have you, that's what you chose, because you chose to sleep with her unprotected. That's your decision that you have to deal with, and she's dealing with her decision of being a single mother or whatever with her baby. Both of you own those two decisions you made that night. Two decisions were made. Both of them said, "I'm gonna sleep with you unprotected," and then you both suffer the consequences or live.
So
with
she's suffering the consequence. He's not.
I mean, she might not be. She might have wanted the baby. She might was like, "I got my baby." Boom.
No,
And I'm
he said that they're trying to find him. He's like, oh no, like
and
these
she
women
could be.
calling
She
me.
said, "I
and
got
they
my
trying to come
baby,"
after me.
and she could be. I don't know the situation with these women. We're just taking it off of him.
He said that they like calling him. He's like, oh look, now I
No,
don't
but
know
he
about
just no. But the married woman ain't.
I
Well,
want
she
to make a
was
comment about
the
that
rule
though.
of 7.
With the married lady, and he did say, and maybe let me know, Joy, because I grazed over it. I didn't really do a deep dive.
Oh no,
She was like about 6 years older than him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the
I,
age dynamic. I know he
okay,
said
He
that
said she was 29 and he was 23.
so
he said they met. He was like, oh look at that nice ring. Like what's up? And
yeah.
then the next day he was like, okay, it was on and popping.
Mm-hmm.
I just wonder a lot. People have their preferences, whatever it is. But when I heard that kind of like raised a little bit of a red flag to me, because it's like, why is he continuing to move around like this? Like, does somebody have
That's the
some kind
decision
of?
he's making because he's
But
sexually
like,
liberated and
Less
he's free
him
and he
and
can.
more her.
but
It's
like, what is it about? Like, I'm saying, like the mental status of a person that they keep doing things like that. Because it's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, because he said he had like all these kids and it started like when he was 17.
Mm-mm.
What is it? I
He's
would like to
sexually
know.
liberated. He is
Where's
free.
his mama at? He got mama issues.
He got a mama and he got a daddy. They
Yes,
are,
he
and that's
do.
another
They
thing.
together?
A lot of
Mhm.
people,
That's what he
yes. So
say.
everybody always wants to try to play psychologist and oh well, you
Yeah.
must have had a bad childhood. No, this man was like, nope, I got a mama, I got a daddy. They both married, they've been married, they gonna be married. He said they raised me right, but you can't control what I do once I get grown.
Mhm.
And we've
You
talked
can't.
about that
You
on this
can't.
platform. Sometimes you could try the best that you can, and your kids, they gonna get grown, they gonna make their own decisions. And that's on them.
But it still
Like
doesn't. It could be still like some to me like even with the lady, the 31-year-old and the 13-year-old, there's that's not normal. Even though this guy's like keeping it
Yeah.
100, he's keeping it 100% 100. He's keeping it realer than real. Is that what Plies
Yeah.
say? Keeping it too real, really, for some of us. But oh, and I'm a horse, y'all, so excuse my voice. It's like I wonder. I would like to know, even though we don't know, he's not going to share that information with us. Some of the the demographics of the ladies, the women,
You think that
married.
matters?
I think it
Oh,
I
does.
think
like
it does.
I think it matters.
I
Yeah,
think in the court of
if
public
they're
opinion, it matters.
yeah, it matters how old
why?
they are.
Why?
If they all if they all 6 to 10 years, 15 years older than him, there's something. There's something there. If they're all, whatever. If there's a pattern, there's a pattern other than him just being, speaking and moving.
Mm.
I would just like to consider all options. Not, I mean, some people just like to do what they want to do, and that's okay too. But
So you,
I'm curious because like 6 years older, 20 years older, is everybody Stella? Like,
everybody want their groove back.
I'm just wondering. That's just
I just,
Yeah.
I don't put for me it is when it comes to that it is a 50-50 thing. If you find some woman that don't believe in none of them, don't believe in modern medicine, just like you don't believe, and he say he uses condoms, he say he got a condom endorsement deal now and all this other stuff, but if you find somebody that could care less about what's going on with birth control, and these two people decide to have sexual intercourse with each other unprotected, I don't feel that. To me, there's no more blame on one side than the other. Like I'm not blame like who told you to have sex with me unprotected.
It's
How you sound?
responsibility, not
Right?
blame.
Did you? I mean, did the big R word happen to you? Because if that ain't happening, that means you consented, right? So baby, you lay down with him. Now you got a baby. Maybe you don't like the options that you have at that point. Okay, you don't got to take them. I'm pro-choice. I'm pro whatever you want to do,
So
right?
while I
Now,
wasn't there, I think he probably did say somewhere in the middle of it. Maybe it wasn't a conversation before, but how you talk about modern medicine, that plan B is always an option. And he said he was like, I can't force her to take it. I can't shove it down her throat. But if I'm telling you, I don't want no babies, and there is a grace period of time, and you elect to not listen to me, that is you. That's why I'm like, it's not 50-50. It's 50. I was
80,
watching
20.
I Am Athlete, and they was like with coaches and the team, so like it's 55-50, right? So it is. It's more on the woman than on the man, because while you're right, we mutually have come to a decision at the exact same
a
time.
50-50 decision.
We're
A
both in
50-50
agreement.
decision.
It is a shift. There is a burden that shifts to the woman with everything that happens after that. She is entirely in control, 100% with everything after that, unless he decide, he want to hire somebody to, take her out or
But
something.
but nothing about that to me makes it so much absolves him from his decision that he made to sleep with someone unprotected. You are taking a risk that she even believes in any of modern medicine, right? I know a woman that thinks the plan B is the actual abortion pill.
So
That
many.
thinks that. right? She thinks that you are actually aborting the baby if you take a plan B. I don't know, in Allen, I don't think that's the same thing, right? That's two separate things. Am I right? Okay, you the pharmacist, I know. So you so trying to convince somebody that's like, let's just say you sleeping with a woman that's, I don't believe, she doesn't believe in that stuff, right? You don't know, you didn't ask her. And now you're upset because she tried, or I don't know if you upset or
You
not,
don't
but now you
care.
got a whole video, you on the internet talking about they trying to find me. And when they do find you because you on the internet, you're going to be mad when you got to pay your child support because you just said you got a bag off of whatever you doing out here in the social media streets. You can't be upset with that woman for keeping the baby you made a conscious decision to make. And because, oh, she could have aborted it, or she could have took the plan B, or she could have did that, she might not have wanted to do any of that. What she
So she,
wanted to do
so
was sleep
she
with you
wanted to get pregnant.
unprotected. Probably. What she wanted to do was sleep with you unprotected. What she knew, what she should have known, she should have known if you sleep with somebody unprotected, is that you might have a baby. Now she is dealing with the consequences of that. And part of that consequence is trying to hunt you down and get you to help pay for your side. And you are dealing with the consequences of that because now she's going to try to find you and get money out of your pocket. You both have a burden to bear. And I don't care if it's a whole baby or it's his money. It's both of your burden to bear. And if you didn't want to do it, then you shouldn't have slept with unprotected. And if you didn't even want to take the risk at all and you don't want to have kids, then you probably should just keep it in your pants and zip it up. And that's on both sides of the what's the name. So if she didn't want to be a single mother, then she shouldn't have laid down with him. And if he didn't want to get hunted down for money and to take care of some kids or whatever, then he shouldn't have laid down with him like that. That's all
I'm
I'm
not
saying.
worried about
I
that.
don't,
That's
I
the
hope he
whole.
doesn't care. He don't care. He
He's
don't
not.
care.
That's the whole point. Like he don't care. He don't have a care in the world. He's living his best life,
Oh, and he can
going to
continue
the next
to.
one and the next one. Like,
Apparently, he does care that these women are trying to track him down because he made a whole video about it on social media. No one has heard about any of these women. I don't know. He said he's going to try to get one of the baby mothers to come up and talk about their perspective because she thinks like him or so on and so forth. He came and gave this
right,
speech.
but I don't believe that he came out from the shadows of the night to be like. I don't think that was the purpose. I don't know what the origin of the original conversation was that led him to make the video or whatever. But it wasn't, oh man, I'm complaining to the world because I have 7 kids with 7 baby mamas and they looking for me. It wasn't that. I know that, but I don't know what it was. I made inferences based on the other conversations to know that that wasn't the origin of, oh, I'm concerned and complaining that they're running after me. Like he's like whatever.
So the fact that he doesn't care that they're coming after him for money, just totally like that's the burden is gone off of him, right? So,
I
but
don't even know if they really truly are coming after him for money.
I don't know. He said they're looking
yeah,
for him for whatever money, whether it's money, whatever, right? So the fact that they're that he doesn't care about the fact that he doesn't care about that, right? Because you got to catch me, nanny boo boo, right? Whatever, right? So what if there's a woman that's like that's not coming because he did say the one that's married isn't coming for him, doesn't want to speak to him. He did say something in that regards, and she's happy and she is fine. Is she is she complain? Is she one of the complainers or whatever? Like, if she doesn't care, if the woman doesn't care, I don't care if I don't care if I have to hunt you down to pay for this. I don't care. Does it? And he don't care if you have to hunt him down because you shouldn't have laid with him, right? And I don't care if I gotta hunt you down because you shouldn't have laid with me. I mean, I don't care. Like this, the fact that you don't care just absolve you from having any type of responsibility. I know he said he thought he was being accountable because he called it out. But does that say, oh, I don't care and you shouldn't have did it? Does that say, oh, I don't have a responsibility to you? Come on now. It's two people that made a decision and they both have a burden to bear, whatever it is, whether they care about the burden or not.
but who has more?
Oh, I don't care about the more. It's a burden.
You should. That's the whole point. That's what I'm saying. Who once the action is done, once the intercourse has taken place and the semen has been deposited, Once we get to that point, at what point does the man have any more choices?
What do you mean? My thing is, it doesn't.
If he okay, so
No, he doesn't have any more choices.
He
Like,
doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't.
He already made the choice.
that was
Yeah,
it. That's
the
all he
woman
could do though
still
at
has
that point. Just
opportunity.
obviously
That's
saying-
the only
to
choice
make
that
choices.
matters.
But that's literally why it matters, because at that point he's out of it. It is completely now shifted fully on her shoulders, her heart, her mind, her spirit, her religion, or what have you.
Yep.
Any consequential or subsequent actions or decisions are 100% on her.
Yep.
That's why I
And that's,
say
and
it's
that's the
not
burden she bears. No, that's what you.
If it was
I know that,
50-50,
I know that before I lay down with somebody, that if
it
I
was
get
50-50,
pregnant,
That's
they
a
could
woman,
both
though.
walk away one way or another. He could be like, just give me the papers, I'm gonna sign, go on about your business. I'm over here. And I mean, it may be
you,
like that
I
in some
think you,
cases,
yeah, I
don't know,
think
but
you
I
are, I think you are taking you. I think okay, the woman carries a baby for 9 months, and the woman has all of these different options to get rid of this baby. But what if she don't want to? Clearly,
then-
some of
then
them.
it's-
congratulations.
Okay, but what women? Which one of these 7 are on here saying, this is all his fault? Which one of them? Which one of them is saying it's your fault? You're the reason why I'm in this one. I mean, he
I
is,
don't
but
thi-
which
I
one
don't-
of them?
I don't think
Nobody.
it
I
necessarily
haven't
would
seen him
be-
complaining yet.
It's not that they would necessarily be saying that it's his fault. It would be them wanting maybe child support or something from him.
Okay,
Or-
but that's the burden he has to bear. Just like I got to bear 9 months of pregnancy and eight and
But
I
you
said
had an
18 months.
option at
You
that
had
point
choices.
And so did he.
to
He
zip
had
his pants up.
choices.
But if we both decide to unzip them, and
What
then
happens if we
something
both
happens,
If we both decide to
it's
zip it up,
I
then
can
what
walk
happens?
away. A man could just walk away, which is what he is doing, because he hasn't even been giving anybody his
Oh,
name
no,
or
but we
anything like that.
saying-
He has
but
walked away. It's a lot
What
of
we're
people out
saying
here
is you can
not
you
paying
can
child
walk
support,
away.
not being-
That's fine. You can walk away. That's fine. But if I got your information and them people
You
find
don't
you,
though.
huh?
You
Well,
don't.
I
He's
mean,
not giving out his real name or anything to
Oh,
some
come
of
on
these
now.
men.
Why would you, right? If
Are y'all
you
for
decided,
real?
We
as a
are.
baby-
That's what he's
Yeah.
saying.
Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all think this man can't be found? He's all over the internet. You feel like
it's
he
not
can't
about
be
him being
found?
Not
found.
that-
Like,
you know,
that's
man.
fine. Look, it's not about him being found though. What my position is literally what he said. Women, one, are more responsible. Just in general, right? We usually, if we looking at a man and woman, we're usually gonna be like, women mature faster and all of the things, right? So in these situations, we get to this point, we both, whatever we do, when the woman allows the man, like it's with permission, he's going to, whatever he's going to do, you're going to decide after it's done, well, dang, like now I'm in the situation, what should I do? What can I do? There are choices that you can continue to make. If you choose to be like, you know what? I'm going to have a baby. Well, great. You have a baby. He should be able to opt out and go on about his business too.
No.
Especially if he said, I don't want a baby.
No, I don't. Well, I'll tell you like this: is he able to walk away and not be in the child's life and all that other stuff? Yes, that's fine. That's cool. Got it.
I think
You
that's
don't
a
have
part
to
of the
be-
social media
you don't-
outrage. They're
You
like,
don't have
"You
to be
walked
here,
away."
but whatever. But we made a decision one night, and now we are going to, we will take on whatever consequence comes from that. Right now, if you want to talk about baby mother 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 9, 10, and 11, and why they signed up to be in that line, that's something different. But if you talk about just the fact that two people slept together unprotected, and then one person, because they they have a choice of all these birth control methods, as if he doesn't have a choice not to sleep with her, as if he doesn't have a choice to wear protection. Like, he has choices. He chose not to take those choices, and so now you got, it's the consequences of those choices.
Should the
And
law
so,
be
yes.
different?
No, what
Should
you
the
mean,
law
as
be
far as
different?
what, that they
So
absolve, if he don't want it, then he don't have to pay?
yeah.
Yeah, no, no, I don't think so. The law is that I don't think so. There needs to be some reformation in the law and everything like that. Yes, but you can sit here and say, "Oh, we need shame." This man just told you
Yeah, he
can't
don't
shame
care.
him. You can't shame him. So I don't care how much shame you try to throw his way. I'm not trying to throw no shame I'm not trying to throw shame his way. I could care less. It ain't impactful to my life.
So when I brought up the
There's not
shame
enough.
thing, that's
There's
kind of
not
on the
enough
money.
shame in this world that's gonna make this man feel like he should be taking care of them kids.
No.
So, right? There's a law should be different. No, I think if you lay down with someone unprotected and you create this seed, and this woman decides to keep this seed, then you, my sir, you made that decision. You gotta live with whatever comes from that decision. If you wanted more sway in whether or not she was going to get an abortion or take the morning after pill or whatever have you, then you probably should have waited. You probably should have waited a bit longer before you slept with her unprotected. If you
She
thought you
probably
could
should have waited a little
influence,
bit longer before
if
she slept
you,
with him to realize that
she
she was
could have, but I don't see her
her.
on here complaining.
Oh, she
I don't.
complaining.
She hiding with her
I mean, I
husband.
don't
She
know. I
don't
ain't
want him
seen
to
her
know.
yet. I mean, I ain't seen it yet. I see men and I see women on here complaining. And at the end of the day is this: you slept with her and you slept with him. That's it. At the very end of the day, you chose to sleep with this person unprotected. You're gonna deal with whatever consequences are on the men's side, and then you're gonna deal with whatever consequences on the women's side. That's it.
So
You
let's take a
gave
poll
up
from the
your
chat.
you gave up your option. You gave it up when you slept with her unprotected.
Who do y'all think is more responsible, Chad, in this situation?
What are they
People-
saying? Where
Let's
we at
see.
in the chat? Because
I don't even know. Let's see. Let's go back to the common sense expert. Welcome everybody to the My Unsolicited Opinion podcast on a good Wednesday night. Is it Wednesday?
it's
I never,
Wednesday.
I
I
never
don't
know
lost
what
track
day
of
it
the
is.
days too, honey.
He says, we finally agree. Joy. Joy and the common sense expert finally agree after about 10, 15, 20, 3,000 episodes. He says, yes, people like to be lied to because the truth hurts. Because I feel like this truth was really a hard truth. The truth also challenges you to do better or stay stuck in your current situation. That is what the common sense expert thinks. And he agrees with Joy. But Mona D, welcome to the podcast. She says, hey, ladies, Mama Bear Moments. She says, good evening, everyone. Please like the video on your way in. Thank you for showing your support. My sex is strong. Let's see what she says. She says, dude did a whole interview on Just Pearly.
Oh,
He has
man.
been making his rounds
I ain't
on
never
his
watched that lady channel in my life. Today gonna be the day.
Yes. David Carmina at the David Carmina show. He says, hi to the common sense expert. Hi, brother. Hello, brother David. Reverend David. My sex is strong. Everyone should be careful who they give access to their bodies.
Thank
This
you.
is true. This is true. These soul ties, these babies, these STDs, and these other health conditions that you cannot get rid of. Please be careful, guys.
Exactly.
Stay safe, my friends. The common sense expert, he says the women he's sleeping with are probably at the bottom of the bottle.
I bet you they not.
He said that y'all would be surprised
they
at the
wasn't.
I bet you they
caliber
not.
of
Saying
women
all
that he was getting.
classes.
That's what he
I just
said.
don't know what people's definition of these classes are because I didn't see
I
From the
them.
top to the
guarantee they
bottom. That's
not.
what he said now. Y'all
What
think
y'all
y'all out
think?
here.
What type of women? Because I bet you they. I bet you they
He said
professionals.
they are
I
all
bet he
classes.
want. I bet you they not.
I bet some of them we would probably be surprised by. They
I
just
doubt
quiet
it.
and going
He said he
along,
met one
working
at the
their
country
jobs.
club.
That's what he
He
said.
said one of them was at the country club. The married one was at the country club.
And she pursued him.
And she pursued him, and her homegirls try to stop her, right?
The
Because
married
they
lady.
hate
She
they hate when
circled
the
back.
homegirls be blocking. They hate when the homegirls block, right? Her homegirls tried to stop her, but she was like, "No, I want that thing." So the next day they linked up.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
circled back.
No,
What you say, Joy, about
mm-mm.
the block? Circle the block. What you do? When they come
Huh?
back
Hmm?
around?
Oh, your home. Well, you
Spin the
know they
block.
say that
Spin
they
the
don't like
block.
to
Spin
talk
the
to you.
block. Yeah, like
Oh, I thought
spinning
you
the
talking about
block.
me talking about blocking. Yo, the
Spinning the
difference.
block.
She spin the
Yeah, they
block
do be
on them.
blocking though. But they be trying to help sometimes. Sometimes they just be hating though. But if you married and they like, girl,
Right.
sit down somewhere, and then you end up pregnant for some
No,
dude
she
that you
wanted
ain't
that
talking to no
thing.
more, and then you don't tell your husband he crazy. But anyway, Real Bravado Network, welcome to the My Unsolicited Opinion podcast. He says, unfortunately, the consequences for women are much higher than those for men, and men who are reckless with who they lay up with is a danger too. That's what I'm getting at. It's just dangerous all the way around. People need to sit down somewhere.
Cause he be mad if she gave him AIDS.
Would he be mad?
I don't know.
Cause he's in
I'm
I don't
I
know.
mean, that's
serious.
something he has
I
to deal
believe
with.
that he has thoroughly thought. I mean, I listen to this man. He's not a fool. Like he comes across like he has considered all his options, pros, cons, everything, and he's like, this is it. I'm okay with this. I firmly believe that. I absolutely do. I think that this is probably one of the most honest people I've ever seen in my life. I don't think he would
Clyde
care.
said it. He kept it too real. He
And that's a
keeping it
part
real.
of making decisions. Like stand in your truth. Be okay with when people gonna push back and understand what the consequences are gonna be and be good with the consequences too. Like
But is he
modern
good with his
medicine is not
but is
like
he
you
good? But is he good with his consequences, or he's telling women they should be good with their consequences? Well, then why is he talking about why? Don't be
you
trying to
don't
find
have no
me.
consequences.
Well,
That's
why?
what
No,
I'm
no,
saying.
hold on now, hold on.
He
He
like
want clicks and
that's
views.
his.
Now, but why is he talking about? Don't be trying to find me to financially take care of these kids. If
He
he
said
good
he'll
with
be
the
there for
consequences,
sons.
if he's good with the consequences of making a baby, why is he like, don't try to find me to financially take care of these kids?
Because he
He probably want him to come back out now because you know that we got to see him.
Because I
We
don't
want to
know
know
if
who they
he
are
good. Is he
now.
good with it? Because if he good with it, then fuck it, he go my kids. He go my money. Whatever. Go
He
take
don't
my
care
money
about
and go
that.
on with you. Is he good? I don't know.
They know he don't
Wow.
have no money anyway. He out here selling his body. David say,
Gigolo.
Real Provider Network, hey brother, my sexy is strong. Yep, everyone has to make their own decisions.
That's right.
Wait, to own the decisions they make.
That's
Yes,
right.
yes.
That's
W
right.
is for Wumbo says, what dude said was true though. How he described it is exactly how it is out here. The only difference is he's not yanking the chain.
pulling
He
it
not pulling
back.
out. And when he, it was like, yeah, what can we say? Because when he was like, I'm not talking to them about that in the moment, about if I want to have kids or not. You're not talking about that when you're, introducing yourself and making your googly eyes and, preparing, what you said
They
last
ain't
time,
even
Ty?
going on dates.
No,
They ain't going
no.
on dates. They not going together. He said, I don't go to their house. They don't know where I live. He said, they don't even know my real name. He
Yep.
was like, okay, go off, sis. You got it.
Yes.
You
What's going
won. Like,
on?
like
What?
that's
But which one of them are going off? Because it'd be different if the woman came on here and said, my baby daddy ain't taking care of his kids and he this and that, and I'm number 5 in line, and this his fault. He shouldn't have, but I haven't seen one of them yet. So I'm
no,
like, it's
it's the
him. So who, I don't,
it's
who
the
is,
visual. Like, okay, so how we kind of alluded to earlier with, STIs and STD. Is STI and STD the same thing?
Yeah,
infections
Okay.
with the
It's just more
disease?
modern to say STI.
I don't know, but it
Okay.
ain't the same thing.
Anyway, whatever it is. The only difference is you can see one versus the other. Like you can see a kid. You know what I'm saying? And so when I was talking earlier about women wanting to be all, oh, I'm sexually liberated, my body, my choice. Like, okay, well then you got it. Go off. Like you won. Like if your MO is to go out and conquer men night after night, you won the prize. Like that's what you wanted. You win. Like there is no, you can't be upset if these are the actions and the choices that you have made as a woman. Like, okay, I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna meet somebody, I'm gonna know them for 12 hours, we gonna do what we gonna do. Like,
Somebody point me to the video where one of these women was came on here and said they was upset. I just need to see it. I need to see the video of this woman because I'm like, what are it's
no,
him.
society, outward society is
He's the one
upset.
going out and conquering the 200 women. He's the one that's sexually liberated. He's
Well, the
the
reason why I
one.
said that they are is because again, if you have to be the person to agree, like, oh, I met you 12 hours ago, like let's go to the
Right.
hotel. Like
And
you gotta be like, okay,
they've
I'm with
accepted their
it. You
and
know
until
what I'm
they,
saying?
and I will say this because I don't know, because one of them might get up, might be triggered by his tour that he's done, and they might get on here and be like, it's all his fault. But until one of them gets on here and starts going off on him about not being in the child's life and not paying up and all this other stuff, I am only to assume what this man says, not what he says. And he said it was 200 women. He said out of the 200, it was 10 he got pregnant. He said 3 of them agreed to do whatever they need to do to not be pregnant anymore, and 7 of them didn't. And I don't know where people are saying, oh, they complain. I haven't seen not one of those women. Now he said he might bring up his one of the baby mothers because they got the same mentality. That's fine. But until then, the only person I see that's sexually liberated is this man that slept with 200 women. The only person I see that's not good with the consequences of sleeping with someone unprotected is this man that slept with 200 women, because he's not good with or taking responsibility financially, physically, emotionally, mentally. He ain't with that because he said he doesn't want it. I don't see these 7 women coming on here saying they aren't good either, and he admitted that one of the 7 don't even talk like she's good. She ain't looking for
Let's
him.
unpack her. Well, go through the comments. Let's circle back to this woman that's married and lying to her husband about the paternity of this child. We can circle back to her.
My
Yeah.
sexy strong says he doesn't care now, yet he is exposing himself. I think that's along the lines what Ty kind of getting at. Lisa, the housewife, says, "Good evening, ladies in chat. Welcome, Lisa, the
Hey, Lisa.
housewife." Condemned says,
How you
"Oh, we
doing?
past cheating now. We past cheating."
We
Yeah,
passed
probably,
you.
probably talking about something else. We talking about STIs and STDs. The common sense expert says, "Go ahead, Joy. You preaching tonight, baby. You are
Look,
preaching tonight."
baby,
David says, "Joy, now you getting the male point of view. You know, Joy, she throw y'all a curveball. Y'all don't know nothing about no
look
Joy,
at that.
okay?" Shoot, facts. Mama Bear says, if the women are using welfare because he's not paying support, the government may want to find him to recoup the cost. The government will always get their money. The Lannisters always pay their debts. Y'all know
Okay, the
that.
Lannisters always pay their
They always
debts.
pay
Come
their
on, Game
debts.
of Thrones.
Yes. Yes.
Come on,
But
Game of Thrones.
this, y'all will probably be surprised to know that some of these people, not a lot of people that I know, they got all these kids. Them women not putting them on child support.
No,
They ain't putting them on there,
they not.
and it ain't because they still sleeping with them. They just got their kids and they go ahead
They
on. And
just
some of
accept the consequences and going about their
These-
business.
and too, I mean, I know a person in real life that was married. They had a child together. She left him. Like when I say she left him, y'all, baby, that thing should have been on TV. She turned the lights off, had the cable disconnected, moved all the stuff out.
Oh, baby, I'm gone. I'm gone.
Baby, he got home from work and was like, well, anyway, so she left him, right? And so, of course, he all in his feelings or whatnot. And he has done all types of things to make it so he's not showing any type of income. Cause he feels like he won the court case. Like, sir. Okay, you won. These men, they will go and find ways to not pay child support. So
Yeah, they definitely do. And like I said, that's just him even having to go and find a way to show that he doesn't have is a consequence of him sleeping with someone unprotected. It's a consequence of
but
a
at that time
decision
it was his wife.
he. Oh well, okay. Well,
Yeah,
there's
this
that.
is his wife. You
But
gotta
I'm just
swear,
saying,
that's his
right?
wife. That was
It's
his
the consequence. You having to even be slick and maneuver is a consequence of you having sex with someone unprotected. These are all consequences. Whether you're good with them or not, they are. Just like this woman, baby, he ain't want the baby, and now that was a chance you took before you slept. Like that was a chance you took when you slept with him that he wasn't gonna be there, right?
Right. So this reminds me of a previous stream that we had a couple weeks ago when a certain attorney, the lead attorney, he made a comment to us, all three of us, talking about these women and their side babies.
yes,
He did. I
that
remember.
woman had a side baby.
He did say that.
Oh my
Now, if you
God.
want to, now that's bottom of the barrel. Now,
Nah, they above they class. They all classes. He said they class. They are high class women
so I
that
think
he.
it was a woman on Anton's channel. She got her own channel. I don't remember her name though, but somebody was like, "Look, the image that you got in your head of what you consider women that I don't associate with those type of women. They ain't what you think. That they don't outwardly
They don't
look
look like
the
that.
way that you've conjured up this hood rat baby mama walking outside with a robe on. That ain't
And a
it.
bonnet. And a
That
bonnet. They
ain't
don't look
it.
like that. They don't look like that.
So when we start talking about the, quote unquote bottom of the barrel, I think we need to bifurcate the physical from all the other attributes of the woman. Like I would dare say these women are gainfully employed. They probably dress nicely, look nice. I bet they got the whole damn package. And maybe, potentially, they just got low self-esteem. That's possible. Um, is it probable? Who's to say? I mean, we've all made bad choices. Like, listen, I'm not gonna sit on this platform and be like, "Oh, every decision I've made." No, honey, I done been with some. Oh God, I wish I could undo some people. Okay, but at the same time, I did what I did. It was on me. I could have, I could have been in a place where I'm like, matter of fact, I'm okay. I'm gonna tell you. So I remember vividly my senior year of college. I was walking down the strip and I saw some boy.
It was a
He was a
homecoming.
freshman. No, this was freshman orientation. I was like, you.
And you a senior?
Yeah, I was a senior.
Oh my goodness.
He was on the football team and everything. But that was me, feeling myself. And so that don't mean I had low self-esteem. I was being 21 years old. So I say that to say we can't just automatically be like, oh, they must have had low self-esteem. Nope, that's not always the case. We can't just automatically say, oh, this woman, she must have been toe up from the floor up. Nope, that's not always the case. It could have just simply been that she was like, I'm a conquer
Or she
you.
was some project
You're a
chick or
challenge.
hood rat chick?
You're a challenge to me. Because we love a challenge. We love a challenge. And they even talked about that when on the interview yesterday.
Is
We
he a
love
challenge? Because he look like he for everybody.
a challenge in that, oh, he ain't gonna do me like that.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Oh yeah.
Somebody gonna try to like break them.
Oh yeah.
Or they gonna think they can.
Well, 200, 199 half. I say that.
You say he gonna
And
pick one
he
up
said
one
he
day.
wants to get married.
Yeah, yeah.
He wants to get married and he wants to have children that he
That
wants.
he wants. That's
Okay.
make sure you say that part. Like
Children that he
stamp that.
wants. He wants to have a whole regular schmegler life because, like I said, he grew up in a two-parent household, morals and values, and all of these things, and he gonna get it.
But for right now, he
I'm
wants to be. He wants to
100%
be.
confident that he's gonna get it,
For right now, he just wants to be sexually liberated
just like these
and
women do.
and conquer.
And that's why I say you can't do the same thing that the boys do. I don't think you can.
Oh,
Like this
baby,
whole
he can't do the
sexual
same thing that the
liberation,
women do.
you can't do the same
You
thing that
exactly.
the boys
You
do.
are. I swear on God, you are exactly right, Joy. She can't do the same thing that the boys do, and he can't do the same thing that the women do. And so when they catch up to you, you gonna have to deal with the decision that you made. That's all I'm saying. You made a
Because the sis
decision.
expert says, ladies, your choice, your responsibility. Let me go back up to this one
Okay.
from Sister MJ. She says the woman is blamed for having the baby, then also blamed for the father not being there too.
Mm-hmm.
The woman
Mhm.
just, you know,
Yes,
we got to
yes.
make better choices as
Yeah.
women.
Gotta
We
make
do.
better choices.
We do. We do. I think we do.
Yes.
That David
I
Carmina
will
show, he
stand
Nope.
behind
says,
that.
Nope. It wasn't unilateral decision. I made a decision with the man that when you sleep with somebody unprotected, you are saying to that person unconsciously, I am okay if you get pregnant because I am unprotected.
yeah,
I don't care if you get pregnant. Or I don't care if I get pregnant.
yeah.
That
You
is
know
a
they're not thinking
conscious
about that
decision.
though.
I know they're not. Oh yeah, I know they're not. He said it. He said, "Ain't nobody." I don't. He said, "Do you tell these women you don't want kids before you sleep with them?" He said, "Ain't nobody talking about that. They don't even want me to wear a
I
condom."
mean, is he lying though? Where the lies at in there? He ain't lying.
I didn't say
He
the man.
ain't lying
I
about
didn't
that
say he
part.
said one lie.
Neither
I
am
didn't say
I.
the man said one lie. I'm not. That's not. I am not here to pick apart his truth. All I'm saying is, when I sleep with someone, type the woman, when I sleep with someone unprotected, I am unconsciously saying to myself and to this person that I don't. I'm okay if I get pregnant by you, and and or whatever else. I'm okay. Same thing on the man's side. When you sleep with me without any protection, you are telling me unconsciously and yourself that you are okay with conceiving a child with me. Period. That's it.
Don't. But if you
And if
take it
you
like
are
that,
not
that's on you.
okay, because he said they easy. He said, why would I want to have a baby with them? They easy. That was easy to get. But you told them that when you said it unconsciously when you decided to have sex with them without protection. And when you use protection, whether it was birth control or he was using a condom or whatever, you're really saying, I forgot my point on that one. I was rolling, but I forgot my point.
It'll come
So
back.
what I'm saying is, even when you use protection, that can be I'm not trying to have like a baby, but we all know everything ain't 100%.
Right.
You are saying that every time you lay down with a person and have sex with them, you are saying that you are okay with whatever the consequences are. He was saying he was okay if she gave him an STD or whatever. And it could have, I mean, AIDS is not like it used to be back in the day or whatever, right? But he's saying he's okay with that. If he came up with the clap, he came up with gonorrhea or whatever else they take pills for in that
The
medicine
ding ding.
cabinet. He is saying I'm okay with whatever she gives me. He's saying that.
Yeah.
She's saying that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're both saying that if this child is conceived, I'm okay with that. Now, as far as like burden and consequences and all that other stuff, and this side has more of a burden and that side has more, I would say this, they share a burden. It looks different on this side and it looks different on that side. And he better be able to take on whatever burden that a man has when he sleeps with a woman unprotected, and she better be ready to take on whatever burden that a woman has when she sleeps with a man unprotected. That's all I'm saying. I
Which
could
goes back to the societal part that I am struggling with. This whole, like I said, sexual liberation. I could do what I want to with my body. Okay, well, do it, and accept everything that comes along with it.
That's
Because
it, Joy.
I, the woman explicitly, the woman, you gotta be more responsible with who you open your legs to, lay it low and spread it wide for. You have to be.
Exactly.
100% have to be. Yes, I'm sorry. I was born in 1983. I still subscribe to boys will be boys. They will be. So at that point, having that understanding that I have put myself in a position where this person is not going to marry me. We don't even have a relationship. I mean, there's so many layers of what has gone wrong before that act had taken place. And all of those decisions came from the girl because he gonna show up. He ain't gonna say no. He ain't gonna say no to nobody. It's well, almost nobody. It is what it is. She's the one that's continuing to check the box. Yes, yes, yes. Continue. Signal. Yes, yes, yes. More. Come closer. This is all her. And
No,
as
it ain't
a
all
result-
her, but yes, I understand.
Yeah, but
These are
as a
decisions she's
result-
making. She has to live with them. Yes. Mhm.
yeah, that's what that's why I say it's more her than him. If they were in some sort of relationship and he was like, I want a baby dead and the deadbeat dead, then okay, yeah, it's gonna be a little bit of a different conversation. But what we're talking about in this scenario are two independent minds that have decided, hey, I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind. Again, women, you have to be better. We have to be better. Women have very low standards now. All in the name of I'm gonna do what I want to with my body. Okay, well, you can't do what he do. So stop trying to. Cause look at you now. You got 3 kids and 3 baby daddies, or whatever the situation is. Or you got 1 kid and 1 baby daddy that may or may not pay child support or pay it when he feels like it. All of these are consequences that come from bad decision making as it pertains to who we choose to engage with and the standards that we have when we're choosing. He cute. He got a nice car. Come on, let's go to bed. Like, what? And he might not even have, he might have got the bus. Like, we down bad right now as a culture of women. I'm not saying a black culture.
You said it ain't that impactful.
The decisions that we're making. No, it's not him. What I'm saying is our standards that we have for ourselves in the way that we move through these streets, all in the name of can't nobody tell me what to do. We are down bad as a collective. This one man, no, he don't. It is what it is. But ultimately, it does fall on us. We have more of the responsibility in terms of who we allow to get into that space. And that's all I got
To say about that. Just Talk About It says, hello, friends. Welcome to the My Unsolicited Opinion podcast. Tonight, we are breaking down this whole situation with this man. He got 7 kids by 7 women, and he's out here hunting for more. He's a predator. No, he's not. He's doing whatever he want to do. I was just joking. I was joking, y'all. He's doing whatever he wants to do.
Hold on.
And consent, and it's all
said
consensual.
that?
He's not forcing anyone. He's not forcing anyone. He is like the Pied Piper.
I'm
though.
not putting predator on this man.
He's not a predator. That's just he's the Pied Piper though. He is the Pied Piper. We will give him that. The Pied Piper.
Or Kelly Pied Piper?
Or like
the
with little girls. He's like a child under these old women and married women taking advantage of that young man. Let's talk about that.
Then the woman is the Pied Piper then.
Then she's taking it. They taking advantage of him. It's something wrong with him. Yeah, I don't think it is. The David Carmina Show says, we made a decision. Full stop. Yes, everybody's making these decisions.
You have sex.
No, that's what he's saying. That's what his decision stopped. That was it. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, you made it. I don't know. Did I? I don't know.
No. Like
I know Mecklenburg County. I know Mecklenburg County Public Schools can't be too far off than Cumberland County Public Schools. Okay, North Carolina. This is in North Carolina. Okay, I don't. When you have sex unprotected, what did y'all learn? in Mecklenburg that we didn't learn in,
He said
in
he ain't made no
Cumberland.
decisions after. He said he decided to do the thing and go home.
Yes, it
It's
is.
And
the
she
thing.
closed the door behind him.
Listen, Joy, I 100% agree with you when it comes to this perspective of women taking accountability for the decisions that they make. I 100% agree with you. You decide who you sleep with. Unless that man is a predator, you as a woman decide who you take in. I 100% agree with that. Like, baby, do not sleep with this man who signs up to be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and whatever else, right?
Do they be knowing? They know, right?
Well,
They
I
know.
don't know. Whatever. Let's just say they do know, right? They know he got, but I don't
Cause
know. He might
I
be
said
he
before,
might be
man.
one of those men that put he don't got no kids because he ain't want them, and that he could be counted as a single man with no kids right now. But
They
whatever.
talked about
Um,
that. Oh wait, no, hold on. They talked about that. They
Okay,
did,
but let me,
and he
but let
said
me.
that
So
he's
I,
like,
so
no, he
I
ain't got no
agree with
kids.
you. It is all self account. It is self accountability. I take accountability and responsibility for the decisions that I make. He had a decision. She had a decision.
They made it.
They made it. So now,
And then she
when
got to
you
make
make
some more,
and she makes them, and she has to take
and that's where his decision
responsibility,
making
and
stops.
she has to, well, nobody told him to sleep with this woman unprotected unless she's a predator, and she did the big R word, right? But we could go and talk about
Some of them
whatever.
are though.
But you made a decision to have sex unprotected. I learned in school very early that a lot of things can come from that. A lot of things, and one of them is a baby. But that's the least of your worries when you got other things out here that's gonna have you on fire
Lit
or
up.
Woo.
or 10 toes up.
Mm,
So I mean, these are
Or
decisions. He
six
made
feet
the
under.
decision. He didn't made the decision more than 7 times to do that, right? That's on him. He's going to live with the consequences of his decision. As women, you are exactly right, Joy. We will live with the consequences of our decisions. And if you decided to lay with this man, knowing everything that you know about him, or maybe you didn't know a thing about him, but you shouldn't be laying with him anyway, then baby, you're going to have to deal with those decisions. So if that means that you're gonna have to be chasing him down, if that's what you decide to do is chase him down, then you shouldn't have laid with him. You
Let me
shouldn't
go
have laid
back.
with him. If you're gonna be sitting here holding a baby on your arm and you by yourself, then you shouldn't have laid with him if that's not where you want to be.
Jess says he doesn't look like he has a financial access to a country club.
Maybe
There
he
you go
said,
judging him, Jess. Don't
mhm,
judge him. I
don't
feel like
judge him.
his neck of his shirt was kind of stretched. Um, David says, it's like the collar on his shirt was like a bacon neck.
Men is 200 women a lot, Lord. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do
Yeah.
that.
how old you are?
That right there makes me want to throw up. That makes me want to vomit when I hear that.
Yeah,
It sounds like a lot. Okay, hold on, wait. Okay,
If
okay,
that's not a
okay.
lot to you, then don't. You better keep it to
Okay.
that's
yourself. Cause
why.
I'm
That's
It
like,
why
sounds like
I
a lot,
don't.
but hold on. I want let's unpack this a little bit,
Mm.
right? Okay, so let's say over the course of 20 years, you have somebody once a quarter. That sounds like a lot, but then it's like, oh, okay, 3 or 4 a year. Is that a lot?
Different people.
it's kind of,
Is
but
it? Is that a lot? 3 or 4 a
Joy.
year. Is that a lot? I'm asking. Is that a lot?
Bro,
I think
yeah, I
I
think
think
that's
it
a
is.
lot, both
I'm a,
male and female. Yeah, I think that's egregious for me. But
so
I'm gonna tell you like this:
if
I don't
that's the
ask
case,
those.
that'd be four a year. Enjoy what we just the quarter 4 a year for 20 years.
Mhm. I mean,
That's
that's not
80.
200, but I'm like,
It's
if you
80.
think
That's
about
a
it, and it's
lot.
over
It's
a span.
80.
Well, actually, I don't know how. Well, this maybe it was a year. I don't think this all happened in a year, but depending on the span of time, like,
Well, I would say I'm gonna say this. I don't even ask. I don't ask a person how many ever, and I've never been asked that. Right? I just don't. right? Because if I hear a number like 200, I'm probably going to be turned off. So I don't ask. But what I will ask though, with a clean bill of health,
Right.
right?
They don't have it though.
But I'm not about numbers now. Yes, 200 is egregious for me, but don't if it's
Oh yeah,
been
it's definitely a lot. Like I'm not gonna argue
been
that.
200, baby,
Yeah.
keep that to yourself. The only thing I need to know is what the doctors say. Can you even be out here engaging in anything sexual with anybody other than yourself? Right? That's where I would. But
Even
don't
that could be dangerous.
you shoot your eye out. Look at her.
Yeah.
But I'm just
I know that's
saying.
a hot mess express for sure.
But
Like
I'm saying, like, I
y'all
don't
check
ask. I'm
y'all.
not asking no one about the number they have because that means nothing if they out here burning up.
Look,
That's what's important. Burning up.
Well, he said it was
yes.
75 last year, so that's definitely a lot. It's a lot.
Condemned
I
you.
don't know 75
Welcome.
people.
No, not that I even like looking at like that. I don't even know him. I don't see him. I could pass by this man in the street. I wouldn't even recognize him.
I feel like it smells.
It's kind of like thick in the air. Condemned just says David Carmina show. He said yes and no, sir. About the 200. Condemned you. You in timeout.
Yes and no. So I'm
Nah, put why? Why you say yes and no? Put it. I want to know why you say yes
Clarify
and
this.
no.
You got to respond to this, young man.
Yes,
Let us
I
know what
want
that
to hear
means.
more about what is yes and no.
Depends on if you Will Chamberlain or not. Common sense expert say smashing married women DNA test should be mandatory. Yeah, because I think that she was down bad on that one. That was just not okay for me.
No.
Especially at the rate that women are not getting married around here. And if you're lucky enough and fortunate enough to be blessed enough to have a husband and then you're going to do them like that, they making us look bad. They making us look bad. Continue to say, oh, wait, one of the women he knocked up was, yes,
Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
And so
this was
she basically
consensual.
made the decision to be like, don't worry about it. You can sit this one out. And he said the woman is still married right now to this day.
Yeah.
He sure did.
Clarified
Yeah.
that they did take a test. So he knows 100% that child is his. The
Yeah.
other 6, he said he never got tested. And so it was kind of like a running joke on Anton's interview. He was like, well, them they ain't your kids, dog. Like, he was like, you know what? I like that story. He
Yeah.
said, we don't stick with that. He said, I got 1 kid. You right?
And then
That's it.
and then when he come to census, counting up all the single men with no kids.
But guess what though? That child isn't even his. That belongs to that woman and her husband.
True.
He don't have no kids.
True. He don't
They
have no
claiming that
kids.
child
He don't have no
in a
kids.
married household.
That's right, because you have, and in the state of Georgia, you have the men have to fill out a form that says
Legitimate.
this is my child,
That's true. Yeah.
Legitimacy.
Legitimizing. Yeah.
right? Legitimate. So
So
You
we
know-
got a whole man out here not even being counted, and he got 7 of them things out here.
he ain't the only one, baby.
Allegedly.
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 Allegedly, it's a whole lot of men that
They ain't
it's
in that
not being-
number.
It's not being accounted for.
Love to
I'll say
be
that.
in it. It is.
It's a whole lot
Jess
of women being
says-
accounted for too.
Are those women from Atlanta? That
H-Town.
sounds like some Atlanta.
He didn't say, but I think he said that he was from.
He said
Yeah,
H
he's from
time is
Houston.
going down. Yeah, he said H time.
Yeah, H-Time.
Yes. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm out there all on. Comes this expert is what David says is saying 200 like it is a lot.
Joy, it's
What?
like 200, like it is a lot.
It is a lot.
Why do
a
y'all
lot.
be
Wow.
see how they try to? But here's the thing though, right? It was I think someone
people out here
mentioned Wilt
slaying.
Chamberlain, right? And I think at one point the Wilt Chamberlain's record was like 100 women, right? And that was like a lot, right?
was
Now,
thousands.
was it that? I thought it was
I
100.
feel like it was had to be 1,000.
Thousands.
I feel like it was something real like
I feel like it was
Like
100.
10,000 or
Yeah.
something. Wait,
It's
I don't
like
know.
regular
Okay,
dudes
then
like that.
then my point. I can't make the point that if everybody says it was thousands, I thought it was 100. Maybe it was 100 points in the game.
it's
I
more
don't
than 100 points. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
know. My
in one
bad. I
night.
got
That
it
was in
wrong.
four
I got it
quarters.
wrong.
That was in
It
four
was
quarters.
100 points in the game, right?
You said 20,000.
What?
It says he made a
Oh.
bold claim of having slept with 20,000 women during his lifetime.
Mm.
During the time where
And it
women
said
were
he
supposed
also
to
backed his claims when he was hit with backlash.
this was during the time where never mind, where we were more traditional, right? And we closed or not. I
How
don't
was he
know. I'm just
slaying like
asking.
that? How was he
This
slaying
is
like that?
was this
Y'all
during
spitting
the
bars
time when we were
tonight.
a more traditional type of women here in the Western world, or
What
was
you
No,
this
got?
it
during the
was.
time of?
I think we always,
I'm
been
asking.
doing things. We just, it's again not socially acceptable. But now stuff is
It was
out in
on
the
the
open,
low.
and you're just like, oh, I'm gonna do what I want to do all in public.
Oh, so women. So we've always been 304s out here.
We have
I
been
believe so.
incognito.
I think so.
We have tact. That's what
We've
these
all
women.
okay. Let me not say
These
304.
women have been
We've
stealth
always
out
been
here making
modern.
their moves, getting their side babies and
We've
husbands
always
on
been
them.
modern.
Babies.
We've been
Women
modern.
be having these side babies.
But they, know how to keep it quiet. They know how to take care of business. These little girls, they need to look
Oh,
up to
honey,
their
we
older,
gonna see that
to
lady
their
on
aunties.
she gonna be on an oxygen special. She gonna be on
Yes.
one of them
Who's that?
shows when a man find out.
The
Who?
mama with the side babies.
When
Oh,
that man find
the
out, she gonna
married
be on
lady.
one of them shows. She gonna be on
He gonna be.
oxygen.
I feel like he gonna stay with her. I'm
It
gonna
was a
stick beside
beautiful
her.
spring morning.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna stick beside her.
He gonna stick beside her.
Who gonna
Cause
lead?
a
Who
woman
gonna
that'll
lead?
a woman that's gonna do something like that, her dude gonna stick beside her. Y'all think? I know. I'm doing what these young girls do. I'm giving out this old game.
You know what
But
though? I'm gonna
a
listen.
woman that'll do something like that, she gonna keep her man. He ain't leaving her.
Yep. He not
I
leaving.
said it. He is not
They
gonna
don't
leave
leave
her.
though. So
He gonna stick beside her.
he
And
gonna
he
stick
gonna
beside her. And he
shout
gonna
out
raise
to his
that baby.
stepdaddy season. That baby
He gonna
just
raise
like
that
mine.
baby like it. Gonna feed
Look
what they
just
say,
like him.
feed it till they look like you.
Look
That's
just like him. Look just
you know
like
what?
him.
I agree with that logic. I agree with it. I agree with that.
I'm just saying. Let's go on down. The common sense expert, he says, Ty, how is it unconsciously, you knowingly and willingly let him fire at will in your club? You know what the outcome could be. How can you unconsciously? He should say, yet knowingly and willingly.
Clearly, because y'all don't know it consciously, because it ain't being taught that when you have unprotected sex that you could conceive a child. So I'm unconsciously you're saying to this, I don't know. I don't know
He
why
said, but
people
you
don't
know.
understand that basic concept of this thing coming to this thing and doing that.
What kind
I'm
of
sorry,
I was in
anime?
this tonight.
this ain't okay, let me do this. This
That's
thing
anime.
coming into
Let me take this down.
thing, and then all of a sudden, voila! I don't understand why people don't understand that concept. And then you are as a male putting your life in the hands of someone else. Putting your life in the hands of someone else, and you mad because that someone else doesn't make the decision that you want them to make. No, baby, you made a decision, just like she made a decision. I'm just saying the decision that on that night was a 50-50 decision. Hopefully it was a 50-50 decision. If it was anything other than that, then I don't know. Somebody need to be pulled to the carpet. That's the decision that was the decision that changed the trajectory of your life. That was the decision.
Condemn just says, I hear you, but now, Ty, he ain't saying he okay with that. He said he doesn't want that responsibility of his actions. He
Then
just
he's
wants to
bothered.
smash. He was expecting the woman to delete the child. He like, man, what you doing? I thought we was just having fun. Then you gonna go get what you do that for?
He
What
was
you do that for?
expecting her. He had expectations of her to do what she needed to do to get ready, and she had expectations of him. And
I think
were
they both were
wrong.
being silly though. They
And they
both
were
were being
both
silly.
wrong. He expected her to get rid of that baby, and she expected him to be there for that baby, and they were both wrong.
Yes,
Now
condemn
she gotta deal with the consequences of it. And guess what? Who else got to do it too?
the baby.
That's the TLA says it every single time. It's all at the end of the day. It's the baby got to deal with that. And you exactly right. You done made the point. Look, let me look. I don't. This the new
We
platform.
ain't
But
gonna hold y'all much longer. It's like
what
we
they
put that
say?
church.
Who got to deal with that?
The baby. I look
Child,
good
where'd you
on
go?
here.
Oh.
Oh,
I did a
okay.
little something. Here, Joy. What do we need to do as women?
About what?
What do you just?
Close some lips.
I'm trying to give you the highlight. What we gotta do
I don't know.
Close
She
as
some
said,
lips.
women?
what am I supposed to say?
Lay it low and
Take
bust it.
responsibility and make better decisions. Girl,
Yeah.
Go out, sis.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm giving you the highlight to go off.
Y'all know we got this new technology over here. Shout out
Yeah,
to
I'm just
us
playing
at the
around.
I wasn't
My
ready,
Unsolicited
right?
Opinion
Let me
podcast.
know when you're ready again. Give your
He
point.
said, Kadippi says, Joy gets it. Women have so much more responsibility and control over these situations than they know. He gives her the
Be better.
Okay.
okay. Look
Women
at
have
y'all.
more responsibility to take care of the child that they conceive. Got
No,
it. Okay.
she shouldn't have been with the dude to begin
Speaking
with.
of those types of people,
That was
shout out to
decision we
our
did.
homeboy here. He's in the house. He says, hello, everyone.
Hey,
Hello,
Pooh.
homeboy. Hello, Golden Glove. That is his name. Hello. Good night. Is it
Yes.
bedtime yet?
Okay. Good night.
Yes.
Go to bed, dear.
The common sense expert. He says, yes, black women out of control. Beyonce, y'all leader out here with her she's out. This is not how married women should act. Sierra, another married
He just
woman.
said 200 wasn't a lot. He just said it, but we out of control.
But they getting
Okay.
them all. Hide your kids, hide your wives. These men, they getting everybody around here. Hide them. Yes. Here we go
Whew.
again. 200 is a lot. Common sense expert said it is a lot. Condemned you still haven't followed up with your response. You'll never be happy with one woman after having
Okay.
200.
Okay. I don't know who.
Love them
Okay.
all in the words of Kate Michelle. He loves them all.
Yes. Come on, okay, Michelle.
All right. Mama Bear said 200 is a lot. That's just nasty. And it is. David said, no, sir. These people, is it a lot or not? Put a one in the chat.
Yeah.
If you think 200 is a lot.
Okay,
No.
hold on. This what he said. What did he say?
He says, oh, in regards to the 200 body count for men, I say 200 is a lot because I learned very early on the risk associated with a lot of sex and quickly categorize the type of women I will take that risk with. Okay. So you being
what's
selective?
the risk associated with sex?
Was not.
What's the risk?
Oh, you're asking
risk?
them? The subconscious and the unconscious?
What's the risk associated with sex? Is the baby one of them?
What else? What
I'm
else?
just saying, is a baby well, it could be a risk because some people want that, right? But if you don't want to have kids, if that's not where you're at right now, is a baby the risk of having unprotected sex? I don't know.
Yes. Because you said, so I have been very selective since my 20s. My body count is low, relatively. Relative to who? Wilt Chamberlain? I'm
Nah,
asking.
he's a good dude.
He is.
Oh
You
my
you
God.
you met the man in person.
I did. He could even look like
And is the
Lawrence on
voice still
Insecure
that
in real
deep?
life. It's real like that in real life. He look kind of remind you of Lawrence on Insecure.
Oh,
Anybody ever told you that condemned you? Okay.
Okay.
That's what I thought. But I don't know.
Lawrence
Let
had a
us know.
baby. Lawrence had a baby he didn't want, right? With
He did.
Lawrence had a
did.
baby he didn't want, right?
Condola, or whatever her crazy name was.
Canola oil.
Condola.
They called it everything but her name.
That was crazy.
Lawrence had a baby he didn't want.
Boy, that's crazy, ain't it? That's so crazy. David says
did.
the conference's expert Drake has to be well over 200. Will he be unhappy?
Nick Cannon.
Drake, he had Nick Cannon ain't happy. I don't care what nobody say.
I'm sure
Joy-
he's over 200.
Try 20K for Will. Okay, they were clearing that up. David says, my unsolicited opinion podcast, drop the link or send a body count poll. What?
I don't ask those questions, baby. I ain't sending that poll out. Y'all can, y'all got it. Y'all want to send that poll? I
No,
don't ask people
you
their
know,
body count.
yeah, I'm fresh out. Common sense expert says, ladies, what y'all don't understand is that boxes like Pringles, once you pop, so don't expect us to be able to. And we know you talking about you
Okay.
gonna hold folks down
You
anyway.
you know he the number one high value trap star over there.
What? You might well
That's
change your handle. High value trap star. That's you.
high
Uh,
value trap star. He ain't pulling out.
yes, yes. So what y'all think? What do y'all think about this one tonight?
That was everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Y'all think so? Do y'all agree? Y'all think he's gonna get married?
I think
I
it's
think he's
at
gonna
some
have
point
more
he
kids
will.
too.
Yeah,
You think he's gonna get married and have kids and live happily ever after?
I
I think
think
he's gonna
he.
have more unwanted kids.
Yeah,
I think it's
I,
gonna be some women who saw his video and he's gonna have some more unwanted kids. And I don't take pity on
That's the
either
part
of
that I'm
them.
like is on the women. He probably got women in his DMs right now. That's
they want
like,
to talk to him.
what's up?
But here's what he said, because he did say what he say. He said women were in his DMs agreeing with his statements,
Yeah,
and men were the ones who were actually giving him the most, like, pushback or
yeah,
whatever
they was
have
probably
you,
like,
right?
stop telling our business.
So
They was
he was
probably
like, you
like,
can't
bro,
hold
like,
you.
stop.
Exa- He said you cannot hold me accountable to your standard. That was his thing. I have my own, you have your morals and I have my morals, and you can't hold me accountable to your morals. That's why I said, like, I don't necessarily know if like, people bringing this to the light and trying to shame him, and I don't know if that's gonna work.
It's more
And like I
social
said,
acceptable to
he's
say
gonna
it.
have more unwanted kids.
Yeah.
Whether he knows it or not, I don't know, right? He's gonna have more unwanted kids because there's gonna be some women out here who choose that. And what I'm saying is, I don't take pity on that woman or him. None. That's the bed you lied in. That's the bed you lie in.
So, what is your message to women that find themselves in these situations? Like, I think I elaborated, like, you gotta do better, but like, what would you say, like, to one of these women?
Yeah, I know. I agree. That's why I said I agree with you. Yeah, you gotta do better, right? But like I said, like, you gotta do better. You got Everyone personally has to do better. But some of these women might think doing better is him. I don't know. I have no idea. But if you don't want the consequences of having unprotected sex with someone, or the risk, like someone said, then you don't need to be engaging in unprotected sex. Because that in itself is a decision that can change the way things go for you in your life on both sides. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But for women, yeah, we gotta do better. If like I, we gotta do better. And I agree with you on that, Joy. You are exactly right. You gotta, girl. If you don't want to be number 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10, then why sign up for it? For the one night of passion?
Child, 30 minutes probably. What
Is
didn't
it?
mean in the chat? They said there was about 7 minutes or something like that. Y'all remember that?
The average is. I
Didn't
think
they
I saw
say
the
that?
average
They said
one time is
they
like
last
eight
about
minutes.
7 minutes. Ain't that what they said?
Cause they
I think I
can't do no
saw.
push-ups or something.
So yeah, something about some push. Mm-hmm. They
They ain't
said
got
they
no
get their
chest.
upper body strength. Mm-hmm.
It's weak.
You got, yeah, yeah. Women, you got, you if you don't want to be in a situation that any of his baby mothers are in, that the one that he's depicting, their situation, you don't want to be in that, then you need to be more selective about who you choose to sleep with. And men, if you don't want to be in the courthouse accounting for babies, run. Run, or don't have unprotected sex.
Well, I have one more thing I want to add. This is my party message to ladies out there. Just make, like we said, we all say make better choices. At least this guy was honest. You know, even though
Yes.
it's hard, raw and uncut as he was, at least he was honest about what he was not gonna do as far as like being a fake boyfriend, husband, baby daddy, right? But you know, a baby is one of the that's the least of your worries really when it comes to this. So just in general, we need to make better decisions with who we, you know, let into our bodies, and you know, just protect yourselves if you do. But babies, diseases, all kinds of stuff that can happen. We just in general need to make better choices, and that's our health moments.
Well, you know, to piggyback, and that's kind of my thing. Oprah said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
The
I
best.
have never seen someone be so brutally direct, honest, unapologetic. And women be like, no, that can't be right. It has to be something else. Them women on Anton's, they was like, no, that can't be it. It has to be something else. No, you have to feel bad, don't you? He was like, no, no. We've got to get to a place where we listen when men say things and we watch when they do things. And again, I'm talking to myself because I'm good for lying to myself, y'all. Oh my God, my lies be elaborate in my head. But we can't be upset when things that he said and did all along the way come is true. Like that you can't, he said who he was, he showed you who he was, and now you confused. Like 1 + 1 don't equal 35. Like, it doesn't. You know what I mean? And we have a way, for whatever reason, of just trying to figure out, no, that can't be right. It must be something else. I want to dig deeper. Like that's horrible, awful. And again, like I said, I'm talking about myself because, like I said, I'd be lying to myself too. But in this case, I was able to look at what he had to say objectively because I don't have a dog in the fight. But to watch people push back on this man saying, I said what I said, I'm not changing my mind, reminded me very much of a lot of these Kevin Samuels freaks. Like, I've seen his show a couple of times, and I'm like, these women are complete idiots. Because it's like, why aren't you listening? Listen with your ears, not with your not with not with Virginia, okay? So
Virginia.
please listen to these men when they say they don't want these babies. And I hate to say it like this, but I am in Charlotte, and we had a situation about 22 years ago. Ray Caruth was an NFL football player. He was in the prime of his life, young man, attractive man, rich man, got with some girl, like, no disrespect when I say this, but she was in a strip club, hooked up with her, she got pregnant. He was like, I don't want no baby. She didn't make it to the other side of that pregnancy.
Right.
So when these men tell you that they don't want a baby, I would beg you to consider what it is that they have to say. Because they're not lying. They're not lying. They're not going to get the baby and be like, oh, I'm so in love with this baby. Like, no. These men on this platform done told y'all men don't have baby fever. If they say they don't want it, they don't want it. And that's it. That's all I got.
Some of them be lying though.
I ain't want to say it. I wanted her to close
I'm
it
with you.
out.
You went off, sis. You did go off, sis. You know, that was a word. That was a mic drop. You know it.
To be the
But there's a
one
small
to
percentage
say
of them, you know.
it.
She be like, girl, they want them.
Let her have. I'm
But
gonna
some,
let her
but
have
you
her.
know, but when they tell you though, I do agree with that. When they tell you they don't want them, they don't want them. But some of them want them and they ask for them, and folks giving it to them. But that's it. That's it.
Some of
Yes.
women will say it too. They don't want them, but then all of a sudden they find a high value trap star.
I don't know.
Yes.
But this was good. We appreciate everyone for, checking us out tonight. I think this was a very productive conversation, very lively debate. And hopefully, we all understand each other better now than we did before by taking a peek into this gentleman's life. We all understand that he is not an anomaly, that there are more out there like him. Hopefully, if they do decide to come out of the shadows, they will, and we will start to avoid them. We'll see y'all on the next episode. Y'all, if you haven't seen the clip, go Google the clip, go Google all of the interviews, and then put whatever your thoughts are in the comments, and we'll continue the conversation down there. Till next time, we'll see y'all later. Bye.